Greetings, everybody! I am the Starving Martian, and today we're taking yet another look at robot transforming vehicles. Now, I did a couple videos on some robot transforming vehicles last year, and they were very well received. And so, when I found a brand new batch of robot transforming vehicles at my local Dollar Tree just yesterday, I knew I had to snatch them up. So, these guys are cheaply made knockoff Transformer toys. They can be found in dollar stores, and usually you can also find them online. eBay, Amazon will carry them, but I have to say they're not worth the the price plus shipping. If you can find them at a dollar store, that's one thing, but paying a premium price for these guys, unless you just happen to collect knockoff Transformers for whatever reason, I wouldn't really put that much effort into hunting them down. But if you do see them in the dollar store, I can recommend two of these guys, and we're going to get to that in a minute. So we're going to take a look at these three. We're going to show off their transformation, both their modes. We're going to do some size comparisons, both with actual Transformers and with earlier robot releases. And so buckle in. This is going to take a little bit, but I think you'll enjoy. So first and foremost, I have to learn how to talk. And then we're going to take a look at one of the original robot transforming vehicles. You remember this guy here. If not, then go back, find my old videos. I have a Transformers playlist. I think I'm going to consolidate my robot transforming vehicles into a playlist as well. So there's a little missile launcher guy. And as you can see, this new batch transforming vehicles is quite a bit taller. They're still not quite up to deluxe class, but they are bigger. They are bigger robots, and they do transform into bigger vehicles, as you would expect. Now, let me move these two for just a moment. This guy, I think, is the best for comparison's sake with modern Transformers. So you get an idea of his size. Here he is with a Legends class. So they're taller than a Legends, but shorter than a Deluxe. Alright, kind of, I guess, a little bit bigger than the old Scout class used to be. So let's start off with this tank guy. Now, these guys don't come with names, but that's fine because it means you can give them their own name now. This is the worst of the three. If you see them on the shelves, this is the one to ignore. And it's just because he's a jumbly mess who doesn't hold together. Apparently, though, the company really liked this guy because I saw him in at least 3 different paint variations. They had this one here, the gray and the blue. There's one with a darker blue, almost purple, which is actually shown off on his backer board. And then there was a more traditional military green. But I happen to like this guy's paint deco the best, so it's the one I picked up. He's based off of one of the live-action Transformers. Decepticon, I believe his name was Brawl. I'm not a huge fan of most of the movies, so don't ask me to set that one down in stone, but I think this is based off of Brawl, who's also a tank. So let's see. So he's got some paint details going on in his legs. He's got a stripe here with a star on it, which is actually kind of impressive because that doesn't even show in tank mode. That gets covered up. And he's got these claw hands. This one's got a radar dish on it. This one's got a turret. The problem is, as you saw, I had him kind of holding his own butt there. And the reason for that is if he doesn't like support his own weight, this torso does not clip in. So he is forever just staring up at the sky. And that's what makes this guy the worst of the bunch, is there's just no real posing. There's no playing with him. Now, vehicle mode's actually not bad. You're just gonna fold it up like that, fold his feet in, his legs will peg together, and then this part here is the bottom, so you're going to turn it around, and then the arms will actually swivel up, and you want to rotate them in such a way that you could pop pieces off. No, that you could peg them together. And you can peg them together, I know, because I did it just yesterday. And there you have your tank. It's not a bad tank. It's nothing to write home about. This piece can just slide right back in. But it works. It does what it has to do. It's got tread detailing there. And it's fine. It's not great. But it holds together better than his robot mode does. Next up is this guy here. A couple interesting things about this guy's packaging is you'll see that they've got his colors kind of swapped, which means there's probably variants of this guy, but the gray version was the only one they had at the store. I kind of like this one better. I wish they had this one. The C'est La Vie. You'll notice that they got him slightly mistranslated on this picture. They forgot to rotate his legs around, but in package, or packaged in robot mode, and in package his legs are placed in the correct formation here. I do like the lightning and the star and the detailing on his chest. And his head's pretty good. I do like his head sculpt. He's got some red eyes there and just a blank face plate with a little chin guard. He looks pretty tough. Out of the three of them, he's the one most likely I would think to be an Autobot. And there's the back of the figure. He's actually got some detailing on the insides of the legs, which you can't even see in either mode, which is odd choice. And you see the legs work on a slider, which works for transformation, but it does mean when you're just having him stand around on a table, if you put him down with any force at all, his legs are going to slide and he's going to have a hard time balancing himself. Transforming this guy is easy but annoying because some of the things you're supposed to peg together, like this peg here, which goes into this hole, just slightly too big for the hole, so you end up kind of squishing it in. So just simply flip the hood off. Now you gotta be careful with these things because they're not put together incredibly well, and the hood will pop off if you let it. The arms will slide up and peg into place, and again, sometimes the connections are a little rough, and I'm kind of buzzing through this so we don't spend an hour doing it. You rotate him at the waist, and he's got a pretty tight joint there at the waist. His legs should peg together. There we are. And then you could slide the whole thing in. This tab here, you'll want to get it underneath what were the feet. And these little bits here will slide in underneath the hand. Let's see if we can get it all working. There we go. Almost. Yeah. In there. Alright, and so that side doesn't want to go. And so there you have more or less in vehicle mode. It's got some paint on the rear here, but nothing on the side windows. These tires do not spin very easily, so you're not going to drive them around. You're just going to skid over. It's actually a little bit bigger than our tank. It just fell apart again. Let's do another size comparison. So here he is with the previous robot transforming vehicle. So you can see they have definitely increased the size of these things. Here he is with the current Legends class. So again, bigger than a Legends. And here he is with a current Deluxe. And again, smaller than the Deluxe. Alright, so this guy's not bad. He's fiddly to put together, to transform. As you can see, he's kind of split down the end here. You can work it and get it better than that, but the plastic on this guy feels a little thin. Not terrible, but not great either. For $1, I'd recommend picking him up. Avoid the tank, pick this guy up. But if you can only pick up one, if you only have $1 to spare, our friend the plane here is the easy winner, I think, of this particular group. This guy transforms similar to some like G2 kind of transformers I've seen. I don't know if he has any variants. This was the only one they had in the store. And as you can see on his packaging, they have the exact same color going on there. So, no idea if there's more to this guy and more versions of him or not. But this one works pretty well. The purple and the yellow go well together. It's a Decepticon, almost Wasp kind of vibe going to him. He's got interesting head sculpt, which doesn't really come out on my camera. I apologize. And they give him just a little bit of white paint on the top of it. This is back side. Transformation, as you can imagine, very simple. You're going to leave the arms where they are for now. You're going to take the feet, fold them up like this, and you're just going to take and separate the peg here that plugs into the back of the plane. And you're going to bring that up and then snap the front of the plane in like that. These legs just kind of sticking out, and they'll come right back here. And they don't really seem to peg into place, but they hold well. And the arms just kind of pinch in. So, very simple transformation, very easy, but it works. It's a lot less fiddly than the other two. Now, in vehicle mode, he is a little chibi. He's a little cutesified. He actually looks like something, I don't know, he's got, you almost expect to have like big, goofy, googly eyes on the front of this guy or something like that. But for my money, this one holds together the best. This one transforms the best, and I think it actually looks best in both modes. So let's bring all three of them out together for one last look at the latest batch of robot transforming vehicles. Now, I don't know if there's any more of these or not. The first batch that they came out with had a picture on the back of the package of all four. This one does not. It only has a picture of whichever vehicle you're buying. So if there's a fourth one, I do not know about it. Should I encounter one, I will definitely do a follow-up video. But again, avoid this guy. This one here, he's garbage. You don't want him. Bad. Pick this guy up if you like. This one here's the one that's actually worth your buck. So that's the three of them, and that's all we really have for the moment. So until our next batch of these things comes out, this has been the Starving Martian, reminding you as always to keep watching the skies. We'll see you later, guys. Bye.